In this section here, we're going to be solving radical equations. Radical equations. And we'll start with something easy, always. Let's say we had the square root of 2x plus 1 is equal to 3. Okay, so we want to solve for x in this problem. Solve for x. So what we're going to want to do is, to get rid of this radical, I guess I'll go ahead and put it in exponential form here. So we can convert that to 2x plus 1 raised to the half. So we got to get rid of this half somehow. And what we're going to do is we're going to square both sides. Now, I'm going the long way around on this right now, and later when I say square root, then we're just going to drop the square root. So as you can see here, you multiply the exponents, so 2 times a half is 1, so we're just left with 2x plus 1 is equal to 9. 3 squared is 9. Now we got this linear equation. Okay, just take the 1 over. Subtract 1 from both sides, I guess you could say. So we're left with 2x is equal to 8. And then we just multiply both sides by a half to get rid of that coefficient. Turn it into a 1, so x is equal to 4. X is equal to 4. Now, there's your solution, or a possible solution. You always want to go back up and check. Okay, plugging 4 in, 2 times 4 is 8. 8 plus 1 is 9. Square root of 9 is 3. All right, so that all checks out. Let's take a look at another one. We have the square root of 5x minus 4, and that is equal to 6. So this time, what I'm going to do, let's see, let's use a different color. How about purple? I didn't use that one yet. What I'm going to do is I'm going to square both sides. Okay, so you should understand in that previous problem what happens when we square a square root, it just goes away. So you have 5x minus 4 is equal to 36. Now we have a linear equation. Pretty easy now to solve. So we have 5x is equal to 36. Add 4 to both sides. 5x is equal to 40. All right. Multiply both sides by 1/5. So we have x is equal to 8. Now that's a possible solution. We should always go up. I say it's possible because we should always go up and check, right? Plugging 8 in, which is 40. 40 minus 4 is 36. Square root of 36 is 6. Okay. All right, let's take a look at another one. We have the square root of 3x minus 7 plus 2, and that is all equal to 0. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this 2 over to this side. In other words, subtract 2 from both sides. Okay. Now, I don't know if we've talked about this or not, but the square root of a number can never be negative. Okay? The square root of a real number, I should say a real number, can never be negative. So no matter what x is inside of here, the whole thing will never be negative. Okay? The whole thing will never be negative. So we can actually stop right there and say that this equation has no solution. Should probably say no real solution. All right, we're looking for real numbers here. We could also say that it's empty. The solution set is empty. It's not empty. You may also see it written like this. empty brackets. Okay. All right, let's take a look at one more, and we'll call it quits. 3, we got the third root of 5 minus 6x, and it's going to be equal to negative 3. Now this particular one here, I plugged it into a famous engine on the internet at Wolfram Alpha, and it said it had no solution. However, this does have a solution. Okay, so you got to kind of watch out on that. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and write this in exponential form. Okay. Now, unlike this problem, see this? This is a square root. Okay. We got a cube root here. Different story. Okay, different story. So what we're going to want to do is we're going to want to raise both sides to the third power. Okay, raise both sides to the third power. Now, you got to keep in mind this whole thing right here is raised to the third power. Okay, if you just raise 3 to the third power, right, you're going to get the wrong answer. Multiply exponents, that was the whole idea. So you have 5 minus 6x. A third times 3 is just 1, so there you go. You have negative 3 times negative 3 times negative 3 is a negative 27. Okay, negative 27. Now we have a linear equation. We simply solve for x. Just go ahead and bring this 6x over to the right because it's negative. Now it's positive. And bring that 27 over to the left, or you're adding 27 to both sides, I should say. And so that's going to be 32. Is that right? 32? Yeah. 6x. All right. And we should have, I'm going to go ahead and write it like that if you don't mind. That actually reduces down to 2 goes into 32 16 times. 2 goes into 6 3 times. Okay, so that's going to reduce down to 16 over 3. You can always take that, plug it back in for x here in the original, and the left-hand side should equal negative 3. It does, I've already checked it. Okay, so I think that's going to end this section here. We worked quite a few examples, 4 of them to be exact, and I'll see you for more examples in the next video.